Hello, everybody. This is John Turner-McClelland. I'm here today with Rehan Bacchus, co-owner of Taste of the Islands Caribbean Restaurant in Plano. How are you doing, Rehan?
I'm good.
Great. Thank you for being here today to talk about yourself and your business here in Plano. As everyone watching knows, we're talking about local business and how to support it. So
Thank you for having us.
Wanted to talk about Taste of the Islands. It's located off of Spring Creek Parkway. How long have you guys been in business in Plano?
April of next year, about April of this year, we're in 2022. April of this year, we're going to be 18 years.
Great.
Be there 18 years. Yeah.
Did you have a restaurant anywhere before that or?
No.
Same thing?
No, it was just one of those things. Let's try it and see what happens.
What made you start a restaurant?
We in 2004, I think, President George Bush was president at the time, and he was the younger George Bush, and he was encouraging people to open their own business, like small businesses. So we, after we listened to the State of the Union address, my husband and I discussed it. Okay, what can we do? Because we were both working in retail at the time. And we said, okay, people always say, one of the things we came up with was, people always say I can cook, I should open a restaurant. But then I was like, nah, people just say that, right? Right. It's just like, but in Plano, they had nothing in Caribbean. Plano had every other cuisine you could think of, but nothing Caribbean. I mean, there was, so we decided, okay, Americans travel, so I'm sure they would appreciate the food. And that's how it started. So in April, so that was in February. In April, we opened up. So, and the rest is history.
2 months is pretty quick to open a restaurant.
Yeah. And we got it right around the corner from where we live. So it wasn't, there was just an empty spot just waiting. So
cool. That's even better.
Yeah.
At the corner, is it Alma? Is the cross street?
It's Spring Creek and Alma.
There's a lot of restaurants over there now. So you guys, I noticed it's Guyanan cuisine technically.
Yeah, we're from Guyana, so it's mostly Guyanese, but Guyana is actually it's South America.
Yeah.
It's but we're the only English speaking country, in South America. So our cuisines, our culture, our the people, we're more adapted to the islands than we are South America. Our ancestors came from India and Africa, like most of the Caribbean. So that is where most of our food and everything is from. So over here, we're considered part of South America. Over there, we're considered part of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Ethnically, looking at the country makeup, it was similar to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I notice on Facebook, all it has is a category for Jamaican restaurant, which is what yours says.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly Jamaican.
Yeah.
Do you do any similar cuisine to Jamaican? Because I had once at your restaurant. I just haven't had a lot of experience with it.
Yeah. So like different countries have different, like something that's that's theirs. So what we try to do, we try to kind of mix it up. So we do basically home cooked food. We don't do, not like the fancy plates and all of that. We just, if you came to my house, that is how you would get it. That's how I decided. We decided to just keep it that way. So like the jerk chicken, that's from Jamaica. The patties, which is like the little empanadas, those are Jamaican. From Trinidad, you'll find the rotis. You'll find it's the doubles is mostly, that's a Trinidadian thing. So like the stews, that's like Puerto Rico. They're different. The curries would be Guyanese. So we kind of picked just like something so that everybody could be represented. the oxtail, it's the stews are mostly, so like the curries, we're kind of divided, like in the Caribbean, the curries are the Indian, our Indian, ancestry, and then the like the stews would be from our African ancestry. So it's a mix. So
That's good to have, because there's not, as you said, there's not a lot of Caribbean restaurants around here.
Yeah.
Still not, even 18 years later.
Mm.
I haven't.
Well, I mean, it's not easy. So
Yeah.
there's some that's come and gone, but there's a few of us that's hanging in there. We're doing, we're doing what we got to do.
Yeah. So how have
like
you
in
done,
Dallas and stuff.
how have you done during the pandemic, business wise?
Like everybody else, we were kind of uncertain of what was going around. We didn't know. I mean, up to now, I don't even know what COVID really is. I mean, every day there's a different explanation, right? So we expected, okay, it's probably something that's going to happen maybe 3 weeks, tops. So so we talked to our employees. We talked to our employees and we're like, hey, this is, we might have to cut some hours, all of those kind of stuff. So it's but we were one of the restaurants that stayed open. We didn't close, right? We just went straight into to go. So we changed the restaurant to just do, to go. So we have 3 sections. If you've been there, you'll notice we have the bar and so we moved everything over to the bar, and then we just kept one section where we could just, do the social distancing. We took food outside when people order, but a lot of places were closed. So when people are home now and they're like, okay, they're looking to get something delivered, or we do Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, all those good stuff. They find us and they're like, oh, we didn't even know you guys were here. We were already here 16 years. So we actually got a lot of new customers. So that was one of the good things about us. And they're still our customers. So, so now our regular customers are coming back in and they're sitting down, but we're not doing a lot of the eatings and stuff like that. So it wasn't 100%, but we're grateful for whatever business we did get, right? So
yeah, admittedly, I found you guys on DoorDash too.
Yeah.
I think I've driven past it and noticed it, but never.
Yeah.
And I've only been in Plano, living in Plano for 3 years. So
okay.
I don't notice a lot of restaurants unless I'm turning my head. So, and there are so many anyway.
And there is a lot of restaurants in Plano, yes. So
anywhere, really. I don't know how everyone stays open as long as they do sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have good food.
Thank you.
I
try to keep it real.
Yeah, and I try to switch up what I eat. So I'm like, but I still find myself eating in the same places. So I'll have to go back to yours on the rotation. But yeah, so how long have you guys been in Plano? It's so 18 at the restaurant, but
oh, like living here?
Yeah, living
in 1998. 1998.
Did you move straight from Guyana or somewhere else?
No, we were from Guyana. We came to Raleigh in 1989. So we were living in Raleigh. And then we went back to Guyana in 1997. And then we came back to Texas and decided to come to Plano instead. Because when we were living in Raleigh was just a small town. Now Raleigh is as big as Plano. So we used to have to come to Plano for everything that we wanted. We were spending every weekend in Plano, shopping and all that. So
yeah, no bush turnpike to Raleigh back then.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like the stops, like every mile there was a stop sign kind of on that highway. Right?
I moved here 20 years ago,
Oh yeah.
North Carolina.
So,
So I was here before the Dallas North
yeah.
Tollway stopped in Plano, and no George Bush out to the east.
Mm,
So I had never been to Rowlett until they finished Bush.
yeah.
So no reason to really, really.
Yeah, but
Now
now
there
it's
is,
like
but
now it's like a little Plano thing, you know.
yeah, I have
Like
some
I mean,
in-laws
it
out there
have
now,
everything. Yeah.
but
So,
I still don't go except for the in-laws.
yeah.
But I stick to Plano, Dallas, Frisco, our area, main area.
Yeah. Yeah. So Frisco came up and then everybody kind of forgot about Plano, but now we're trying to come back.
Oh, no one forgets about Plano. Everyone wants to move here, so no one will forget about Plano. That's
Everybody, but you know, my customers come from Plano. I mean, most of my customers come from Frisco, from Fort Worth, from Arlington, you know, Wichita Falls, you know, everybody comes. It's like, so that's the reason we're open 7 days a week, because people get very upset when they drive. I mean,
drive an hour
I
from
would
Fort Worth. Yeah.
personally I would call first, but you know, to see if some place was open if I was driving far. But you know, people they tend to get very angry, or should I say hangry, when they come and we're closed. So now we're 7 days a week.
It would be too.
But
Especially if I came from Fort Worth and didn't realize you're not open. You have to settle for something else.
Yeah. So
And you have that on your mind, and that's why you're driving an hour.
Yeah,
and
you're
a half.
driving. Yeah. So now we have we have set times. We're actually closed 1 hour early since the pandemic. We kept that schedule. We didn't bother to go back to we kind of like the earlier, leaving earlier.
Have you thought about opening a second restaurant somewhere?
No, because we've expanded this one that we're at. We're expanded twice. So we took over two other sections that was adjacent to it. So I wanted to, when somebody comes, it's the same, it tastes the same as it did, yesterday. So I don't, or it did last week when you came, or it did the month before, right? So to me, when you're kind of wearing yourself thin, you're like, oh, you have different people working at different restaurants, and then somebody's gonna say, oh, I like the food at this one, but I didn't like that cook, you know what I mean, like that. So I'm like, let me just keep the one going.
Yeah, consistency.
And yeah, so we have the same thing every day. The people who works there, they've been working there for a while, so they know. It's on my recipes, my family recipe that I got from my grandmother, my aunts, and then as I said, I live like less than 5 minutes away from the restaurant, so that's a good thing. I don't want to have to be driving all over the place either.
Yeah, that's the plus. You can always just
when I leave, I'm home in 5 minutes, so I like that.
Anything you want to tell the people watching that can help the restaurant?
Just give I mean, as any small business, we're all we're trying, right? This is a tough time for all of us. So I mean, the restaurant, I mean, we're here. If you've never tried us, we'd be happy to to have you try something different. I mean, if you want to taste something before you even order, that is an option, because I want everybody to make sure they like something before they pay for it, so I think that's one of the things that people like too, is that they can come in and say, hey, can I taste the jerk chicken, or something, and then I'll you get a taste of it first. I want people to be happy. I don't want to have anybody come in and not be happy about, what they paid for. So, and I just hope this COVID thing, as we call it, it goes away. My niece is
too.
gonna laugh at that because that's how I refer to it as this COVID thing, because I have no idea anything about it, so it's just, we try to keep, I mean, we're doing some sit down, not as much. We stopped doing all of our events. We're not doing events. So that's kind of holding us to, I mean, you're having to pay for 2 extra spaces, that you're not using. You're paying for liquor license, you're paying for all these different things, right? But you can't really use it. So, I mean, so we're just happy for everybody who shows up, and we appreciate all of our customers. I appreciate my employees for, sticking around through this whole thing too, and still, they're happy to take care of customers, even though, they might, this whole, everybody has different issues, that's going on, but they still come in there and try to be, cordial and take care of the customers, and even in this crazy times that we're living in. So,
Well,
but
Rehan, I appreciate you being here today, taking time out of your day to talk to me and let everyone know about your restaurant online. We'll have links in the description for everyone to find your place and be able to order some takeout or some pickup, whichever they prefer doing. And again, thank you for being here.
okay, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, everyone watching.
Wow.
Thank you for watching. Again, this is John Turner-McClelland. I hope you all have a great day.
Okay, thank you.